Welcome back to Crawford-Clark Close-Up and our season of Pixar reviews in the run-up to this summer's highly anticipated The Incredibles 2, due here in the UK in July 2018. The 13th feature film from the Pixar back catalogue is next on our radar, featuring Pixar's first princess, Brave. The tale of Brave opens with a young ginger-haired Merida as a mischievous girl presented with a bow for her birthday by her father, to the displeasure of her mother, the Queen of the Kingdom. How will Merida grow up to emulate her mother and rule the kingdom if she continues to act like a man? This is new territory for Pixar, not only in the fact that we have first-time Pixar directors Mark Andrews and Brenda Chapman overseeing the film, but in that the protagonist could potentially be a hero for a new generation of young girls. In the Hollywood environment of today, of equality and meteor roles for women, it's refreshing in that respect that Pixar have now catered for the female demographic, even if they've only done it the once in over 20 years of filmmaking. The most striking aspect of the film is the Scottish folk music heard throughout the film. I Will Fly, the film's first song, is probably the standout here, as Merida is trying to prove her worth and showcase her independence. Patrick Doyle is another first-timer in the Pixar universe as the film's composer, and it's one of the only technical aspects of the film that feels refreshing. As is custom with Pixar, the voice cast is once again impressive. Billy Connolly is an obvious though great choice for Merida's stoic father, and Emma Thompson is instantly recognisable as the voice of Queen Eleanor. Dame Judy Walters gets a star turn as the witch that Merida visits in the film's first act, and Kelly MacDonald is Merida. With Pixar well known for their fairly straightforward yet engaging stories, it's a shame that Brave fails to fall into the latter category. The story is slight, but hardly enthralling, as is so many of Pixar's best. Fiercely independent Merida tries to defy her mother's plans to find her a suitor by visiting a witch and convincing said witch to give her a spell to alter her mother's attitude. The moral heart of Pixar here is that you need to be accepting of others. Queen Eleanor only wants what's best for her daughter, but Merida needs to learn the hard way and bond with her mother, so the spell causes her mother to turn into a bear. There's plenty of symbolism to be found. Merida slashes the tapestry in her room in anger at her mother, and by doing so, this literally separates she and her father from her mother. Merida will have to mend the bond physically and emotionally to return her mother to her original form. It's strange, but although this is Pixar, Brave is the most un-Pixar-looking Pixar film. It looks more like a product of DreamWorks Studios, which isn't supposed to sound detrimental, as DreamWorks have given audiences some great visual treats. It just feels like this isn't a Pixar product. It's the film's second half, involving Merida attempting to bond with her mother as a bear, that the film seems to find its legs and emotional significance, and Brave's standout scene towards the end of the story demonstrates Pixar returning to form, where the sun is rising and Merida confesses to the bear version of her mum that she loves her and just wants her back to the way she used to be. Furthermore, this is one of the best animated sequences in a fairly pedestrian Pixar adventure. Brave would ultimately return to the Pixar tradition of bagging the big awards, with the film earning Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. But was it truly justified this time around? For Crawford-Clark Close-Up, Brave has a good heart, but the story is slight and the characters are some of the least memorable in the Pixar catalogue. It's not as disappointing a film as Cars 2 a year before it, and it's nice to see an original Pixar story in this decade, which has predominantly been about the Pixar sequel. But Brave is definitely near the bottom of the Pixar pile. From Crawford-Clark Close-Up. What are your thoughts on Brave? Have we been a bit too harsh on one of your favourite Pixar adventures? Let us know in the comments below, and please subscribe to the channel if you liked this review. You can find Crawford-Clark Close-Up on Facebook and Twitter for all the latest updates on the channel, and you can also email us, crawfordclarkcloseup@gmail.com, with thoughts and suggestions for upcoming reviews on the channel. Up next, we return to sequel territory with the follow-up to 2001's Monsters, Inc. We discover how Mike and Sully first met at Monsters University. Stay tuned for that review and more to come from our Pixar season. Thanks for watching, and until next time, that's a wrap.